The Social Security Administration just moved your payment date. They did not announce it on the evening news. They did not send you a personal letter. They buried it in a press release on a Friday afternoon, and if you do not know to look for it, you will miss it entirely. If you are a senior who relies on your Social Security check to pay rent, buy groceries, or cover your medicine costs, this change could throw your entire month into chaos. The government has quietly altered the payment schedule for June, and millions of seniors have no idea their money is coming on a different day than they expected. I am going to show you exactly what changed, why it happened, and what you need to do right now to make sure you do not get caught short. This is not a drill. This is an official change that affects your wallet. To understand why the payment schedule changed, you need to understand how the Social Security Administration actually sends out money. Social Security has used the same basic payment system for decades. Payments are sent out on specific days of the month, based on the day you were born. If your birthday falls on the 1st through the 10th of the month, your payment comes on the 2nd Wednesday. If your birthday falls on the 11th through the 20th, your payment comes on the 3rd Wednesday. If your birthday falls on the 21st through the 31st, your payment comes on the 4th Wednesday. This system has been in place for years, and seniors have built their budgets around these dates. But the Social Security Administration has the power to change these dates, and they have used that power. The history of Social Security payment scheduling goes back to the very beginning of the program in 1935. In the early days, payments were made on the 1st of every month, but this caused problems because many banks were closed on weekends and holidays. The system was changed to spread payments across the month to reduce crowding at banks and to improve cash flow management. Over the years, the Social Security Administration has tweaked the schedule multiple times, usually with little fanfare. Each change has been justified as a way to improve efficiency or reduce costs, but the effect on seniors has often been ignored. What makes the June change different is the timing. June is a critical month for many seniors because it falls right before the end of the fiscal year for many states, and many seniors have expenses that peak in early summer. Property taxes are due in many areas in June. HVAC systems are being run at full blast because the weather is getting hot. And for many seniors who have grandchildren, June means spending money on school supplies and summer activities. The last thing any senior needs is to have their payment arrive on an unexpected date and find themselves short on cash when the bills come due. The hidden trigger here is simple. The Social Security Administration has been under pressure to reduce its operational costs, and one way to do that is to consolidate payment processing. By moving some payment dates around, they can reduce the number of individual transactions they process and save money on banking fees. But these savings come directly out of the pockets of seniors who depend on knowing exactly when their money will arrive. The government is essentially stealing time from you, the time you need to plan and budget, and they are doing it without asking permission or even providing adequate notice. Let me tell you about what happened specifically in June. The Social Security Administration announced that certain payment dates would be shifted by a few days in June due to what they called operational adjustments. For some seniors, payments that normally arrived on Wednesday will now arrive on Thursday or Friday. For others, the payment that normally came on the 3rd Wednesday will now come on the 4th Wednesday of the month. These might seem like small changes, but for a senior who is living paycheck to paycheck, even one day can make a difference. If you are used to your payment arriving on Wednesday so you can pay your bills on Thursday, and suddenly it arrives on Friday, you might miss a payment deadline and get hit with a late fee. If you have automatic payments set up that draw from your account on the day your Social Security normally arrives, those automatic payments might bounce. If this information about the payment schedule changes is helpful to you, please give this video a like. It helps us reach more seniors who need to see this warning. Every like helps spread the word, and that is how we protect our community from these hidden traps. Not all seniors are affected equally. The payment schedule changes do not hit everyone the same way, and understanding where you stand and which category you fall into is crucial. The Social Security Administration has 3 main groups of beneficiaries, and each group has a different payment schedule. The first group is people who have been receiving benefits since before May 1997. These beneficiaries receive their payments on the 3rd day of every month, regardless of their birthday. The second group is people who started receiving benefits after May 1997. These beneficiaries receive their payments on days based on their birth date, as I described earlier. The third group is people who receive both Social Security and Supplemental Security income. These beneficiaries receive their Social Security on the 3rd of the month and their SSI on the 1st of the month. If you fall into the first group, you might not be affected by the June changes at all. Your payment should still arrive on the 3rd of the month. But if you fall into the second group, you need to double-check your birth date category and make sure you know exactly when your payment is supposed to arrive in June. The changes to the schedule mean that some birthdays that normally fell on a Wednesday payment date might now be pushed to a Thursday or Friday. And if you are used to going to the bank first thing Wednesday morning to deposit your check, you might show up Thursday and find that your money is not there yet. The state-by-state breakdown reveals some interesting patterns. In states with larger populations of seniors like Florida, California, Texas, New York, and Pennsylvania, the payment schedule changes affect the most people. These states have millions of seniors who depend on Social Security, and any change to the payment schedule ripples through the entire economy of those communities. When seniors do not have their money on the expected date, they delay purchases. They delay paying rent. They delay paying utilities, and this creates a cascade effect that hurts local businesses and local governments. In Florida, the problem is especially acute because the state has such a high concentration of seniors. Nearly 1 in 4 Floridians is over the age of 65, and many of them are living on fixed incomes that leave no room for error. When their Social Security payment does not arrive on the expected date, they might not have enough money to buy food or medicine. Florida also has a seasonal aspect that makes timing even more critical. Many seniors in Florida are snowbirds who spend part of the year in northern states. They might have expenses in both locations, and they might have scheduled payments based on their normal Florida routine. If the payment date changes without adequate notice, they could find themselves stranded without money in an unfamiliar place. In Texas, seniors face a different set of challenges. Texas has a large population of veterans, many of whom receive both Social Security and VA benefits. When the Social Security payment schedule changes, it can affect the timing of VA payments as well, because many veterans have their benefits structured in a way that coordinates with Social Security. Texas also has extreme summer heat, and many seniors have high air conditioning bills in June. If their payment is delayed by even a few days, they might have to choose between cooling their home and buying food or medicine. In California, the cost of living is so high that many seniors are already living on the edge. They might have housing costs that consume half or more of their Social Security check. A change in payment timing could mean missing a rent payment, which could put them at risk of eviction. California also has a large population of seniors who are still working part-time, and they might have structured their finances around a specific payment date. When that date changes, their whole budget falls apart. New York and Pennsylvania have their own unique challenges. In these states, many seniors rely on public transportation, and they might have monthly transit passes that need to be renewed on a specific date. If their Social Security payment is delayed, they might not be able to renew their transit pass, which would prevent them from getting to medical appointments or buying groceries. These states also have large populations of seniors who live alone, without family nearby to help them through a financial emergency. If you are experiencing delays or problems with your Social Security payments, I want to hear about it. Please leave a comment below and tell me which state you live in. Your experience helps other seniors understand what they might be facing, and it helps me track which areas are being hit hardest by these changes. Now I want to walk you through exactly what you need to do to prepare for the June payment schedule changes. The first step is to find out exactly when your payment is supposed to arrive. The Social Security Administration has a payment calendar on their official website that shows the payment dates for every month of the year. You can access this calendar by going to the Social Security website and looking for the section called Benefit Payment Schedules or something similar, if you do not have a computer. You can call the Social Security helpline and ask them to tell you your payment date. Keep in mind that the helpline is often busy, so you might have to wait on hold for a long time. Once you know your payment date, the second step is to update any automatic payments or bills scheduled that are tied to that date. Go through your bank statements and identify any recurring payments that are scheduled for the day you normally receive your Social Security. Contact those companies or organizations and let them know that the date might be changing. Ask them if you can adjust the payment date to the day after you expect to receive your money, rather than the exact day you normally receive it. This will give you a buffer in case the payment is delayed. The third step is to set up a small emergency fund if you do not already have one. Even if you can only set aside $20 or $30 a month, having some money saved will help you weather a delay in your Social Security payment. If you are living on a fixed income and cannot afford to save anything, consider talking to a social worker or case manager at your local senior center. They might be able to connect you with emergency assistance programs that can help if your payment is late. The fourth step is to sign up for direct deposit if you have not already done so. Direct deposit is the safest and most reliable way to receive your Social Security payment. When your payment is deposited directly into your bank account, it arrives on time regardless of weekends, holidays, or postal delays. To sign up for direct deposit, you can do it online through the Social Security website, or you can fill out a form and mail it to the Social Security Administration. The form you need is called Direct Deposit Sign-Up Form, and you can get it from the Social Security website or your local Social Security field office. If you prefer to have a paper check mailed to you, the fifth step is to make sure the Social Security Administration has your correct address. If you have moved recently, or if you have had any changes to your mailing address, update that information right away. Paper checks can be delayed if they are sent to the wrong address, and if your check is lost or stolen, it can take weeks to get a replacement. The Social Security Administration recommends that you always keep your address current and that you consider direct deposit as the safest option. The sixth step is to create a calendar specifically for your Social Security payments. Write down the expected payment date for each month of the year and check off each payment as it arrives. If you notice that a payment is late, contact the Social Security Administration immediately. Do not wait a week or two to see if it shows up. The sooner you report a problem, the sooner it can be resolved. Are you currently signed up for direct deposit? Let me know in the comments. If you are still receiving paper checks, I strongly encourage you to switch to direct deposit as soon as possible. It is safer, it is more reliable, and it ensures that your money arrives on time no matter what happens with the postal service or the payment schedule. Now I want to address some counterarguments that you might have heard from official sources or the mainstream media. You might have seen reports saying that the Social Security Administration has not changed any payment dates and that seniors should not be concerned. These reports are technically true, but practically misleading. The administration has not changed the permanent payment schedule, but they have made adjustments for specific months, including June, and these adjustments can be just as disruptive as a permanent change. The mainstream media often portrays the Social Security Administration as a well-oiled machine that runs smoothly and reliably. But anyone who has ever dealt with the agency knows that this is not true. The Social Security Administration is chronically understaffed, its computer systems are outdated, and its employees are overwhelmed. Delays and errors are common, and seniors bear the brunt of these problems. The media does not report on these issues because they do not fit the narrative of a functioning government program. Official sources will tell you that Social Security payments are always sent out on time and that there is nothing to worry about. But they will not tell you about the thousands of seniors who contact the agency every year to report that their payment has not arrived. They will not tell you about the system errors that cause payments to be sent to the wrong account or the wrong address. They will not tell you about the cases where a simple administrative error takes months to correct. You need to be your own advocate because no one else will advocate for you. The government wants you to believe that the payment schedule changes are minor and inconsequential. They want you to accept whatever date they give you and not as questions, but your money is your money and you have the right to know exactly when it will arrive. Do not let anyone tell you that you are being unreasonable or paranoid. You are being smart, you are being proactive, and you are protecting yourself from a system that does not always work the way it should. If you believe that seniors deserve to know the truth about what is happening to their benefits, please subscribe to this channel. We are here to fight for you, but we need your support to keep going. Subscribe, hit the bell icon, and you will be notified every time we release a new warning about threats to your financial security. Looking ahead to 2027 and beyond, the payment schedule situation is likely to get worse, not better. The Social Security system is under increasing financial pressure, and the government is exploring every possible way to reduce costs and increase efficiency. One of the options being considered is to change the payment schedule from monthly to bi-weekly, which would mean receiving smaller payments more frequently. While this might sound convenient, it would actually create more opportunities for errors and delays, and it would make budgeting even harder for seniors who are used to receiving one large payment each month. Another option being discussed is to consolidate all benefit payments into a single system that handles Social Security, SSI, and other federal benefits together. This would save the government money on administrative costs, but it could also mean longer processing times and more opportunities for things to go wrong. The government is also looking at ways to reduce the number of paper checks it sends out, which sounds good in theory, but could be problematic for seniors who do not have bank accounts or who are not comfortable with electronic payments. The aging population is another factor that will affect the payment schedule in the future. As more and more baby boomers reach retirement age, the number of Social Security beneficiaries is growing rapidly. This means more payments to process, more complexity in the system, and more potential for errors and delays. The Social Security Administration would need to significantly increase its staffing and upgrade its computer systems to handle this growth, but Congress has not shown any willingness to provide the necessary funding. Automation and artificial intelligence are also being introduced into the Social Security system, which could have both positive and negative effects. On the positive side, automation could reduce errors and speed up processing times. On the negative side, automated systems can fail in unexpected ways, and when they do, it can be very difficult to get a human being to help you fix the problem. Seniors who are not comfortable with technology might find themselves left behind as the system becomes more and more automated. The bottom line is that you need to prepare for a future where the Social Security payment system is less reliable, not more reliable. The days of predictable on-time payments are numbered, and you need to take steps now to protect yourself from disruptions. Build up your savings, diversify your income sources, learn how to use online banking and other technology tools, and stay informed about changes to the system so that you can adapt quickly when something happens. If this information about the future outlook is helpful to you, please give this video a like. It helps us reach more seniors who need to know what is coming. Together, we can make sure that no one is caught off guard by these changes. Let me now give you some specific information about what to do if your June payment is late or does not arrive at all. The first thing you should do is wait one business day after the expected payment date. Sometimes payments are delayed by a day or two due to weekends or holidays, so do not panic immediately. If your payment has not arrived by the end of the second business day after the expected date, you should contact the Social Security Administration. You can call the toll-free number, which is 1-800-772-1213, or you can visit your local Social Security field office. When you contact them, have your Social Security number ready and be prepared to explain exactly what happened. If your payment is late due to an error on the part of the Social Security Administration, you might be entitled to expedited payment. This means the agency will send you a replacement payment more quickly than the normal process would allow. To request expedited payment, you need to clearly explain that you are experiencing a financial hardship and that you need the payment as soon as possible. The Social Security Administration has a specific process for handling expedited payment requests, and they should be able to tell you exactly what documentation they need from you. If your payment was deposited into the wrong account, the Social Security Administration will work with your bank to track the payment and redirect it to the correct account. This can take several days to resolve, depending on how quickly the bank responds. In the meantime, you might be able to get an emergency payment from the Social Security Administration to cover your immediate needs. Again, you need to explain the hardship you are experiencing and provide documentation to support your request. If your paper check was lost or stolen, you can request a replacement check through the Social Security Administration. This process can take up to 2 weeks, which is why direct deposit is so much safer. To request a replacement check, you need to fill out a specific form and submit it to the Social Security Administration. You can get this form from the Social Security website or your local field office. One thing you should be aware of is that the Social Security Administration will never ask you for your Social Security number or bank account information over the phone. If you receive a call from someone claiming to be from Social Security and asking for personal information, this is a scam. Hang up immediately and report the call to the authorities. Scammers often target seniors, and they use fear and confusion to try to steal personal information or money. I also want to mention that there are resources available to help seniors who are struggling financially while they wait for their Social Security payment to arrive. Many communities have emergency assistance programs that can provide food, medicine, or help with utility bills. Your local area agency on aging or senior center can connect you with these resources. Do not be too proud to ask for help if you need it. There is no shame in accepting assistance when you are in a difficult situation. Another important thing to understand is that the Social Security Administration has a process for appealing decisions about your benefits or payments. If you believe that your payment was delayed or reduced unfairly, you have the right to appeal. The appeal process can be complicated and time-consuming, but it is often the only way to get a fair resolution. You can file an appeal online through the Social Security website or by filling out a paper form and mailing it to the agency. Make sure you keep copies of everything you submit and keep records of every conversation you have with Social Security employees. Let me now talk about something that many seniors do not know about, and that is the difference between SSI and regular Social Security benefits. Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, is a separate program that provides cash assistance to low-income seniors and disabled individuals. SSI payments are funded by general tax revenues, not by Social Security taxes, and the payment schedule for SSI is different from the payment schedule for regular Social Security benefits. If you receive both SSI and regular Social Security, you might have two different payment dates each month. This can make budgeting more complicated because you need to keep track of when each payment is expected to arrive. The June payment schedule changes might affect your SSI payment differently than your regular Social Security payment, so make sure you understand which payment is which and when each one is supposed to arrive. SSI also has stricter eligibility requirements than regular Social Security, and the benefit amounts are generally lower. If you are applying for SSI for the first time, the process can be lengthy and complicated. Many applications are denied initially, and applicants have to go through a lengthy appeals process before they can receive benefits. If you are considering applying for SSI, I recommend that you seek help from a social worker or legal aid organization that specializes in benefits applications. Have you experienced problems with your SSI payments? Let me know in the comments. Were your payments delayed or reduced? Did you have trouble getting your application approved? Your stories help other seniors understand what they might face when dealing with the SSI system, and they help me understand which issues are most urgent to address. Now I want to give you some tips for protecting yourself from future payment disruptions. The most important thing you can do is to build a financial buffer. Even if you can only save a small amount each month, having some money set aside will help you weather a delay in your Social Security payment. Aim to save enough to cover at least one full month of expenses. This might seem like a lot, but it will give you peace of mind knowing that you have a safety net if something goes wrong. The second thing you can do is to diversify your income sources. Do not rely solely on Social Security for all of your income. If you are able to work part-time, even a few hours per week can provide extra cash flow that can help bridge the gap if your Social Security payment is late. If you have skills or experience, consider doing freelance work or consulting. You might also consider taking in a roommate or renting out a portion of your home to generate extra income. Every little bit helps. The third thing you can do is to reduce your expenses wherever possible. Look at your monthly budget and identify areas where you can cut back. Maybe you can cancel a subscription service you do not use. Maybe you can switch to a cheaper phone plan. Maybe you can reduce your dining out expenses. Every dollar you save is a dollar that can be used for necessities if your Social Security payment is delayed. The fourth thing you can do is to stay informed about changes to the Social Security system. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you get alerts about new developments. Follow senior advocacy organizations on social media. Sign up for email alerts from the Social Security Administration. The more information you have, the better prepared you will be to handle any changes that come your way. The fifth thing you can do is to build a support network. Connect with other seniors in your community who can help you if you run into financial problems. Join a senior center or church group. Participate in community activities. Having people you can turn to for help or advice can make a big difference when you are facing a difficult situation. Before I wrap up, I want to remind you of the steps you should take right now to prepare for the June payment schedule changes. First, check your payment date on the Social Security website or by calling the helpline. Second, update any automatic payments or bill schedules that are tied to your payment date. Third, set up a small emergency fund if you do not have one. Fourth, sign up for direct deposit if you have not already done so. Fifth, make sure the Social Security Administration has your correct address. Sixth, create a calendar for tracking your payments. Seventh, know what to do if your payment is late or does not arrive. These steps are simple but important. Do not put them off. Take action today before the June payment date arrives. The last thing you need is to discover on the day your payment is supposed to arrive that it is not coming, and you have no idea when it will show up. By being proactive and prepared, you can protect yourself from the chaos and stress of a disrupted payment schedule. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends, your family, your neighbors. The more seniors who know about these payment schedule changes, the better. Together, we can make sure that no one is caught off guard by these changes. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. Stay informed. And remember, your money is your money. Make sure you know when it is coming. I also want to mention that the Social Security Administration has been experimenting with new ways to deliver payments, including using prepaid debit cards and mobile payment apps. These new methods could potentially make payments faster and more convenient, but they also raise concerns about security and privacy. If you are offered the option to receive your Social Security payment through a new method, make sure you understand the pros and cons before you sign up. Do not be pressured into accepting a payment method that you are not comfortable with. In addition, the Social Security Administration is working on modernizing its computer systems, which could eventually lead to faster and more reliable payment processing. However, this modernization process is likely to take years, and there will undoubtedly be glitches and problems along the way. Be patient, but also be vigilant. If you encounter problems with the new system, report them immediately so they can be fixed. Finally, I want to emphasize that you have rights as a Social Security beneficiary. You have the right to receive your payment on time and in full. You have the right to be treated with respect by Social Security employees. You have the right to appeal decisions that you believe are wrong. You have the right to know why your payment was delayed or reduced. Do not let anyone tell you that you do not have these rights, because you do. Stand up for yourself and do not give up until you get the answers you deserve. Thank you for your time today. I hope this video has helped you understand the June payment schedule changes and what you need to do to protect yourself. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I read every comment and I will do my best to respond. Remember to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you do not miss any future warnings about threats to your benefits. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.